Hi, I am Cindy Rowe, your host of The Kindness Advantage, where in 10 minutes you'll discover ways to infuse kindness into every corner of your life, both personally and professionally. Today's topic is kindness as self care. As you might be able to tell if you've been following along with me for any short period of time, um, my voice is changed. I had a nasty cold, flu, whatever is going around, and I lost my voice. So it's slowly coming back. But I have been moved to share this episode to you with you today about self kindness because when we are aware of how we treat ourselves, it really makes an impact on how we treat others. And through this illness that I had, um, I became very aware of how important self kindness was and self care. So I want to bring this episode to you because I learned something over the last couple of weeks due to this illness. So, um, having kindness to ourselves, doing self care is definitely not selfish. It's actually essential for our mental, emotional, and physical health. And I want to start off the conversation with this question. When was the last time you paused and treated yourself with the same compassion you share to others? See, in our busy lives, self care usually takes a back seat. But today, I want to invite you to consider the way that you treat yourself because it sets the foundation for everything else in your life. So, kindness as self care means recognizing your own worth and taking intentional actions to nourish your mind, your body, and your spirit. So, it might be as simple as taking a deep breath when stress hits, or saying, I deserve a moment of peace. And maybe if you are a busy mom with young children, that is closing the door of the bathroom. But these small acts accumulate, which boosts your mood and overall well being. So, what does self kindness look like in practical terms? Like, I want to break it down for you, and I have three different categories that I kind of put together. Again, this is brief because I want to deliver this in 10 minutes or less. I mean, I could probably talk about self kindness and self care for an hour or more. So, but I want to just give you nuggets that you can walk away today and hopefully change something in your life. So I broke it down in three different areas, and that's mindfulness, physical activity or well being, and emotional nourishment. So, mindfulness and mental rest. So, I had to really focus on rest when I was ill. And if anybody knows me personally, I am very driven. I'm always on the go. I always have things to do. I run three businesses, so there's a lot of things on my plate. But I had to step back and I had to rest. But if you were to start your day with a short meditation or simply a few deep breaths, like I like to, as I put my feet on the floor, a nice big inhale as I reach up, and then I exhale and lower my arms down. This really helps me center my thoughts and clear the clutter that's in my head. And I'll find myself doing this throughout the day as well. But it helps you appreciate the present moment. When you allow yourself that quiet time, um, you're basically giving yourself or your mind a break. So think of it like this: when you practice uh, mindfulness, you're saying to yourself, I matter, I'm worth it. And that acknowledgement can be so very powerful, especially on those days when self doubt creeps in. So nice, big, deep breath in, exhale it out. Next tip I have is for the physical well being. So, our bodies are so incredible. They are amazing machines. And they bear a lot of beating every day with our busy schedules, and we cannot neglect our body, our physical well-being. When you have self-kindness for your physical care, that means listening to your body. That means taking a break if you need it, taking a rest if you need it, taking a short walk, enjoying a nutritious meal, or even just setting aside time to stretch, maybe doing yoga, Pilates, or maybe it's just laying down. I call it my recharge. It's usually 25 minutes in the afternoon. I lay down on a couch and I put my hands on my chest and I set a timer for 25 minutes and I just lay there. And sometimes I nod off, sometimes I don't, but my mind recharges. Um, when you nourish your body, you're not only enhancing your physical health, but you're reinforcing a positive self image. So every time you choose yourself, you're building resilience against stress and burnout. And my final tip is the emotional nourishment. This is the one I struggle with the most. It's that inner dialogue, that nasty critic that resides within. Self kindness in the emotional realm means replacing negative self talk with positive affirmations and compassion. So instead of beating yourself up over silly mistakes, reframe them as opportunities to learn and grow. Now, I'm good at that. It's just sometimes when I look at myself, you know, I know there's a lot more improvement and I could say some pretty nasty things to myself. And I always say this, if you wouldn't say it to your friend, why would you say it to yourself? So when you come across a challenge during the day, instead of saying, like, I am so bad at this, try saying, I'm doing my best. And every challenge is a chance to learn. So these types of affirmations can really shift your mindset and making you more resilient and better equipped to handle all those ups and downs. Now, I've shared my story many times, and I truly believe it's that act of kindness activity I did on my 40th birthday that helped me tackle all the circumstances and challenges that I have had to overcome over the last 10 years. So I want you to try this. If you're listening and not driving, please don't do this when you're driving. But if you're listening right now, I want you to take a moment and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now silently say to yourself, I am enough. I deserve care and kindness. Now open up your eyes. How do you feel? Even if it's just a small shift, that is the power of self kindness. And I encourage you to do that several times throughout the day when you start to struggle, when maybe a bad mood sets in, or maybe you receive some not so great news or a bad email or a nasty text. Do that exercise. Because research shows that self compassion can actually reduce stress, improve our emotional resilience, and foster better physical health. There is nothing bad about kindness, self kindness, any kind of kindness. It is so, so positive. So when we extend kindness to ourselves, we actually create this buffer against all of life's challenges, right? So it's not about perfection because we are all human and there's no such thing as perfection, but it's about progress. So each small act of self care is a stepping stone to a healthier, happier you. So I hope you have learned something from today. Again, I like to keep these under, 10 minutes, but you are worthy of care and kindness. Remember that the more kind you are to yourself, the more energy you have to share kindness with others. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll carry these practices into your daily routine and, know that you are worth it, that you deserve the kindness that you give to everybody else. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who might need a little extra kindness today. Until next time, remember, together we create waves of change through kindness.